Attention all stations. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. Bonsoir tout le monde et bienvenue. Good evening everyone and welcome. As I mentioned, this is VA3CJZ opening the Monday night accidental net, or as some people like to call it, the oopsie net. We are here at a new location on VE3DJZ repeater. And we are also streaming live on YouTube. You can just look up VA3IMW in YouTube or my call VA3CJZ. And this net is brought to you on behalf of the Lake Ontario Radio Club, which is VE3LOW, Lima Oscar Whiskey. And we meet here every Monday night between 7 and 8 p.m. I'd like to thank Huey for the use of this repeater. It sure is coming in handy. Excuse me. And so, with that, without further ado, are there any time sensitive mobile or priority traffic stations who would like to check in? Please come now. All right, then let's open it up to anyone and everyone with a valid license. Please come now.
Drop out there and check. What happened? You ain't NFL.
Echo 3, Victor Yankee Tango.
All right, we got two stations there, NFL and Victor Yankee Tango. Let's bring in Al. Bonsoir, Monsieur Al. Comment allez-vous? Come on in.
Bonsoir to Le Mans there, Mr. Jack. I think you should do all these nuts on Huey's repeater. I don't know. I'm going to shut up, but I just wondering, the old boys club is dead. It's always dead. It comes back in a year or two, whatever, bring it back. But I don't know. It's just a matter of time before it all comes over to Huey's, and ZOE isn't going to get anything, but, okay, I'm spoken. I'll shut up. VA3NFL.
Well, Al, tonight is a trial run, I guess. But I agree with you. We've waited quite a long time with no real word on any type of improvements. So, sure, why not use a repeater that's working better than the ZOE? And so, yeah, I'm glad to be the pilot project, if you will. So there you go, Al.
Yeah, but it's Mac and Larry. Larry doesn't want to change from ZOE, enough's enough. Max is probably right behind them where they're both together. I don't even know. But it's time for Huey's net. Huey's repeater. It gets out. Everybody's here. The Zoe is dead in the water at this point. Nothing personal against him. But enough's enough. The old boys club is dead. Blah, 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 blah. Whoever. Whatever. Shutting up. VA3NFL.
Yeah, Al. I can't speak for the other folks, but I'm sure they're taking it into consideration, and they probably just want to see how tonight goes there, Al. So thank you so much for being number one in my log on the official kickoff of the Oopsie Net here on Huey's Repeater. Uh, anything else before I move over to Edward?
No, I'm good, brother. Enjoy the evening. VA3CJZ, Granville.
All right, very good. Thanks, Al. And with that, let's move it over to VE3VYT. Edward, come on in.
I heard a few folks trying to break in there, so maybe I'll give it 10 seconds and see if anybody wants to talk to the controller.
Well, Edward, I think it was some riffraff, not respecting the code of conduct. So we'll do another call out for other stations. Unless there's an emergency, just say break.
B3ASF.
VE3RWJ.
VE3GJZ. And VE3BMO.
All right there, Chuck. I guess they got a few on that list there. Yeah, when I first lined up here on the net, I was using my handheld from my radio room here, Radio Shack. That's the first, actually. In all times I've been on ZOE, I've never been able to reach the repeater in Hamilton from my desk here in the radio room with the handheld, but I did today. However, I've now switched over to the big rig here, putting out 20 watts with the outdoor antenna, and that's great. Yeah, today was a fun day at Rattray Marsh. There, talking to you with my handheld from the park bench. Well into the west end of Mississauga there by the water. That's also a first. I think I did manage to get Mac from that location once in the last 3 years, and it was touch and go. Could barely keep a conversation going. The reception was so bad. So that's pretty good. I don't know how Huey does it, but that repeater does have some range to the east, that's for sure. Okay, enough from me. Back to you there, Chuck. VE3VYT.
Yeah, all right, Edward. Yeah, I was kind of losing you there near the end of our conversation, and I think at the very end I think we doubled. So, but I had to leave, so I said 7-3, and yeah, very good. That's a good distance, especially on the handy-talkie there by the edge of the lake. So, very good. Remember that sweet spot there, Edward. And so, thanks for checking in, and I'd like to acknowledge VE3ASF, RWJ, DJZ, and a surprise guest, BMO. Let's bring in Chris, VE3 Alpha Sierra Fox.
Alpha Sierra Fox. Hey, yeah, I just want to say hello to the net, brand new, and I can't wait to see what's going on. I haven't been able to pick up Zoe ever since I got my handheld, so I guess I missed out on all the fun. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so the ZOE repeater is compromised and has been over, well, since last fall, I believe, all the way through winter, and it's still not working as well as it should. And so we decided to give Huey's repeater a little workout and bring some business over here, as they say. Anyhow, Chris, I overheard you saying you threw your back out. I know all about back pain, and so my thoughts are with you, and I hope you start feeling better soon. And thank you for your check-in, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you for hosting this. Yeah, I'm in pain. I'm in pain, but it's getting better. Anyway, 73 to you.
Okay, Chris in Stony Creek. Thanks again. Let's go to the opposite end of the city, VE3RWJ.
Hello, Chuck. This is really interesting because you are full quieting on direct, best I've ever heard you, and I can barely hear this repeater. It sometimes fades up and you're in the clear, but most of the time it's like right at the threshold here, very noisy. So that might be because I'm higher up. I'm in the higher part of Ancaster. It might be an elevation difference. So I don't know how you're getting me direct, but you're booming in here that way. I keep flicking to direct to listen. Back to you, VA3RWJ.
Oh, okay there, Chris. Well, you're holding the repeater quite well, no problem there. And on direct, I've got you at S5. So very good copy on direct. And the thing is, with this new radio, the new Yaesu FTX-1, it does 50 watts as opposed to my other Yaesu that was only doing 20 previously, 20 watts, and now we're up to 50 watts, and I'm giving her all she's got, Captain.
All right, well, it's doing a great job. You sound like you're local. I mean, you are local, but you know what I mean. You sound like you're very close by. And that's all I have. Nothing else for the net. But we're going to listen along, and we'll keep flicking between reverse and the repeater output. But so far, it's not that strong here. ZOE comes in full quieting here, so I guess I'm just in a good spot for it.
Yes, apparently anybody that's west of the repeater does quite well, but east, it's spotty at best. And so, yeah, I'm glad we decided to come over here because some nights the ZOE repeater comes into me at very, very poorly, and I have to go on direct to hear anyone. So, yeah, so we'll have to thank Huey. I think he's up next. Thank you so much for checking in, Chris. Hope you have a great rest of the week. And of course, I think you have your nets on what? You have the Monday night Sounds Good net on the VE3 RSB repeater. What's the other one you do, Chris?
The other one's just the weekly Burlington Amateur Radio Club net, Wednesdays at 7:30, also on the Burlington repeater, right before the great ARAG net at 8.
All right, very good. Well, Chris, if you want to see this radio in action, I am streaming live on the air. Just type in my call in the YouTube search and then click on the live button. You can find us there. Drop in and say hello. The radio is currently being displayed on the screen. And so with that, I believe we have VE3DJZ next. Come on in, Huey.
Good evening, Chuck, and everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad to see that people are coming out and enjoying it. Those who don't want to come on here, that's your prerogative. We're here to have fun. We're all grown men. We're not children. So enjoy, guys. Have fun, and I'm glad to help out.
Yeah, but Huey, you know as well as I do when you get a new toy like a new radio, you act like a little kid. But I know where you're coming from. I understand. I just thought I'd throw a little funny in there. And so thanks again for the use of this fine repeater. It's doing a great job so far. And so thanks for letting me know about putting on the tone squelch as opposed to code encode for the squelch type. And that way you don't hear any digital signals now with the tone squelch on. So thanks for that tip, Huey.
Yep. So everybody out there, make sure your tone squelch is on, guys. Take care, and Chuck, you should know. You got a new radio. We're like kids. We're the new toys. 73 guys, and have a good one. Take care.
All right, Huey. And that brings me to my next check-in, which is VE3 Bravo Mike Oscar. Pierre, come on in. How have you been?
Oh, we're doing all right over here, Chuck. Just thought I'd give you a B for the pot. Why not? Heard you here on the handheld, and figured I can get into the repeater. But yeah, just saying hi and a B for the pot. And all good over here.
All right. Well, my next question. Well, first of all, you're coming in at an S2 on direct to me, and you're holding the repeater quite well there, Pierre. And so my next question is, are you still active on POTA, and are you strictly FT8, or do you do phone?
I've been doing phone and FT8. Phone, I've been hunting the parks. FT8, they're hunting me.
All right. Gotcha. All right, Pierre. Well, it's nice to hear you. Sounds like everything's going okay. And I do appreciate you checking in here on the inaugural uh, Monday night Oopsie Net on Huey's repeater there. Thanks again, Pierre. Anything else?
No, I think I'm good over here. Like I said, I just wanted to stick a beat in the pot for you on Huey's repeater. Anyway, 7-3, I'll be listening along.
All right, so we'll clear with VE3BMO. And let's see who else is out there would like to check into the Monday night net. Please come now.
Victor Alpha 3, Mike Hotel Victor.
Okay, Victor Alpha 3, Mark Hotel Victor. Mark, come on in. How you doing, buddy?
Good evening, Chuck, and everybody else on the frequency here. I'm doing well, thank you. I'm hearing everybody pretty well, Chuck. Full strength. I only joined the gentleman before RWJ there. But, yeah, everybody that called since then, I'm getting a really good read on them. So, gotta love this weather, eh? Gorgeous today. I went out. I was home today. So, I walked the dog in a T-shirt and didn't take shades because it was cloudy. Didn't think I'd need them. And guess what? We needed them. And long pants, and I was actually hot, Chuck. Like I was overheating. And that hasn't happened in a while. So, anyway, I'm enjoying the net. Thanks for doing it, Chuck. I'll be listening along here. VA3 MHV, back to net control.
All right, Mark. Yeah, it was outstanding today. Of course, I just noticed the temperature right now is 73.5 degrees or 22 Celsius. And it must have gotten hotter than that because, well, the sun is going down now. It usually cools down. But yeah, I took a walk to the store today, um, and I wore a light sweater, and so it was perfect because it's quite windy around here at Barton and Ottawa Street area, and so plus it was threatening some rain, but I managed to stay dry, and it was very comfortable. And so thanks again for checking in, Mark. Always appreciated. And so with that, I want to acknowledge a few people on uh, Mac's YouTube stream. We have Larry having difficulty tuning in here. Uh, problem getting the step uh, to change over so he can make it here. And then we have Albert from Barrie, Ontario. How warm did it get there, Albert? You heard what the temperature was here today. So I'm guessing you guys had similar temperatures. So thanks for checking in, Albert. You are in the log. And oh, Larry says he's going to do a YouTube check-in tonight. Very good, Larry. And Albert, I will add you to the net log. All right, so let's see who else is out there would like to check into the Monday night Oopsie Net. This is VA3CJZ.
Boy, Chuck is back.
Okay, so while we have a pause here, I want to remind everyone that there is also at this moment the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club net on the VE3 NCF repeaters, and that is usually hosted by Marty, unless he's out of town. And then at 8 o'clock, we go to the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club HF net, which will be on 7.150 plus or minus, depending if there's any traffic. If the frequency is in use, we usually go a little bit above or below. And that is hosted by VE3 Bravo Kilowatt Rick in Hamilton here. And so, as I mentioned, my location is in Hamilton, Ontario, at the western tip of Lake Ontario. And tonight is the Monday night accidental net. For those who don't know, we used to do the net 7 days a week on the VE3 ZOE repeater during the pandemic. And then when the pandemic started winding down, we decided to cut back on uh, a few nights that we didn't need to do 7 days a week. So anyhow, one Monday night, I'm sitting there and 7 o'clock rolls around and I don't hear anyone. I don't hear a net controller. And so I figured, oh, I'll help out and I'll get the net started. Well, it turns out there was no net scheduled for that night. And so begins the Monday night oopsie net or the accidental net. And it's been going on ever since. So with that, let's see who else is out there would like to check into the net. Please come now. All right, well, just remember, you don't need to be a member of the Lake Ontario Radio Club. As a matter of fact, as soon as you check in to this net, you automatically become a member of the Lake Ontario Radio Club. And so don't be shy. If you have a valid license, please come now.
VA3IMW.
VA3IMW. Mac, come on in. How are you?
Doing very well. Yeah, it's interesting to see that some people are having difficulty swinging their radios over this frequency because of the extra decimal point. I'm sure everybody's going to figure that out. The one thing that I want you to be cognizant of, nobody's ignoring you. The repeaters shut you down 3 times. When the repeater self-identifies, it terminates the transmission. So it's almost like you time out the repeater, but you know how most repeaters, you hear the self-identification CW in the background. This clobbers you. It terminates the input, and I'm not sure if that's something that Huey can adjust.
Oh, okay. Did you just stop talking there?
I did. I don't want to get clobbered by the DDD. So I'm not sure. It's almost like the repeater self-identifies every 60 seconds or so. So if your transmission runs over top of that, it self-identifies and then it ends the transmission. Maybe I should talk a little longer just to let it do it to me.
Well, that's okay. Mac, I think I know what you're talking about. And so no 3-minute egg timer. We have to go 60 seconds or less. So Huey, if you're listening, maybe that's something you may want to look into if we're going to be having some nets here. Some people can uh, talk for more than a minute without taking a breath, and that includes Mac. So, anyways, Mac, yeah, I guess we'll have to keep that in mind. All right. So, how many times did it happen to me?
3 times. Yeah, 3 times it went beep, 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 beep. And as soon as that CW starts, your audio drops, and as soon as the self-ID finishes, it terminates the output transmission. So you probably made a couple of calls for other check-ins, and nobody heard it.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So we got to keep it short and sweet then. Okay. Very good. Well, I'll keep that in mind and hopefully maybe Huey can make an adjustment somehow, either remotely or I don't know how his repeater works, but it would be helpful uh, to make that go away and at least at least for 2 minutes, and three would be better. So thanks again, Mac. How was your day?
Oh, as any Monday, bounced out of bed first thing this morning, full of vim and vigor, and humped it up the road. All was good. I could not believe the temperature. 24 degrees is what I saw at the top end of the scale, and it's almost enough to make you want to put on the shorts and sandals and black socks.
I'm sure there were plenty of people out thinking it's summer. Well, it almost was for the day there. Hey, if it stays like this all week, I don't mind a few clouds and a couple of spits of rain. I don't think we'll get anything too serious, but that's perfect because I just got my 100-watt solar panel delivered today, so I'm getting there. And I also bought a kit for making the cables with the connectors on them there, so I'm just about good to go. I've got to find a good spot to mount it.
How many watts do you get off your forehead? That was a bad joke.
Depends if I shaved.
All right. A very quick reminder about our upcoming engagement, April 18th at Valence Conservation Area. Looking to get on the air around 11 o'clock. If it slides to 12, it's okay. You know, we're ham operators, we're cheap, we're lazy, and sometimes we're not on time. So, anyways, Valence Conservation Area. I think everybody's familiar with their facilities, and obviously it is part of the Hamilton Conservation Authority. So we're going to be really nice to everybody out there, and not cause any problems. We'll try to respect Mother Nature and all the rest of that stuff. So. Anyways, I'm sure there's going to be lots of people throughout the week that are making arrangements for carpooling and other stuff like.
All right, Mac, you got cut off.
Read as well. I know sometimes we get a little bit long in the tooth, and then everybody scrambles away at the tail end of it. But yeah, well, there's a possibility that we could set up, I don't know, hot dogs or sausages or whatever the case may be. Or maybe just people want to go home after we finish doing the activation. And I guess that all depends on what the weather conditions are going to be. So, big questions, looking for feedback, and, democracy is the way I go. Back to you, Chuck.
All right, Mac. Well, you did it, and 60 seconds was all you got. And yeah, I'm guessing you kept going because once the repeater let you, it picked up again, and just kept on going in stride there, Mac. So very good then. All right. Anything else?
No, that just gives you a good example of what happened to you 3 times. And, yeah, like you say, maybe there's some adjustment that Huey can make so that the self-ID CW is in the background and perhaps won't terminate the output transmission, that would be really helpful. Anyways, test number one. Thanks for being lab rat number one for the first trial of Huey's repeater. Sounds like everything's somewhat positive. Obviously, Chris's experience out in Ancaster, maybe not so good, but I'm sure we'll work through the details. I'll turn it back to you, and thank you very much for doing it.
All right, and a note to everyone listening, make sure you let the repeater drop. Otherwise, if you key up, you're going to get timed out within a few seconds because you got to start the clock again back to 0. And if you don't wait for the repeater to drop, it'll just keep going until the 60 seconds are up and bye-bye. All right, Mac, thank you so much for all that. And let's see, anybody else out there wishing to check into the Monday Night Net, please come now.
Victor Alpha 3, November Echo.
And there's a booming signal from someone I could play catch with from across the street. Victor Alpha 3, November Echo.
Yeah, good evening, Chuck, and everyone on the net. I'm sounding all right. Just on one of Huey's little Motorola handy-talkies in the house here. I was on the porch earlier talking with Al for a while. I was long-winded. I don't know if him and I were dropping out. I don't recall it, and I didn't hear nothing on him, and we were a little long-winded. Maybe we were keeping her under a minute and letting the repeater drop. Yeah, nothing other than enjoyed the nice sunny day. Got my tomato plants out on the porch. I'll be bringing them in soon. I've had them going about a month and a half now. They're big. Hopefully put them in the ground and get some big juicies. Anyhow, back to you, Chuck. I don't want to time it out. In and out here, VA3 and E.
Okay there, no worries, Kevin. Sounding good. Excuse me. It's just when you first keyed up, there must have been a little bit of echo in the room you were in, but no worries, you're sounding good. And you can always listen to yourself on Mac's YouTube stream or my stream. I'm actually doing it as well this evening, simply because I'll be rolling over to the Hamilton Amateur Radio net and then drop in and say hi to Rick. So, anyways, Kevin, thanks so much for your check-in. Much appreciated. Any last words?
What else was I going to... Oh, yeah, the Antron's gone. Scott come and got it with his YL there. So that's gone. That's a good thing. Now, our grass is getting long. It's almost due for cutting. My front one, anyhow. Nice and green. But in about July or that, it'll be all brown because I'm not watering it. Anyhow, have a good night there, folks. VA3NE, I'll be listening.
Sir, the grass is very green over here, and won't be long. I'll be bringing my lawnmower out as well. And so thanks for your check-in, Kevin. And I see Matt has checked in on the YouTube stream, on Mac's YouTube stream. Good evening, Matt. You finally made it. It's, yes, it's tone 131.8 with a, is it a positive? Yeah, it's a positive offset. And so you'll be all set. All right, so who else is out there would like to check in to the Monday night accidental net? Please come now.
E3, Foxtrot, Bravo, Charlie.
VA3 Fox Bravo Charlie, Sam the Cannon Man. How you doing, Sam? Come on in.
Pretty good. Hello to you and Kevin and everybody else out there. Just down by the other side of Princess Point where the fields are. I'm down in the back of the cemetery just having a 12-inch hot dog. Went and got it at the 12-inch hot dog stand. Had a chili and cheese dog. Delicious. Been a long time since I had one.
All right, very good. Well, you're doing quite well into the repeater. And I even have you on direct, Sam, to my location at the Center Mall there by Kevin's at an S3. So good job with the handy. You're on a handy talkie, right?
Funny enough, it's one of those little Bale Fang minis, and I'm talking to you from inside my Jeep, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, I was curious about getting one of those. Geez, last time I looked, they were like $37, pretty cheap. So you like it?
Yeah, I sure do. It's a lot of fun. And the size is perfect. You take it more places with you.
Yeah, if they can fit in a pocket or something somewhere neat, it has less weight than the Bowfangs and all that fun stuff. So, yeah, very interesting. I'm not saying no to getting one, but I might. I've got a quite the collection of handy talkies here, and so I'm glad you're giving it some positive reviews. Anyhow, Sam, thank you so much for checking in, sir. It's been a while, and well, I look forward to chatting with you next time we do the net or at any time there. Thanks again. Anything else, Sam?
No, that's it. Where would I find the this online?
Well, you have to go to YouTube and then you can put in either my call, VA3CJZ, in the YouTube search, and then you can click on the live button and find us there. Or you can look for Mac, who normally streams all the Lake Ontario Radio Club nets. Mac's call is Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey. And both of us are streaming at the same time right now. So there you go.
Excellent. Thank you very much, and so long to everyone else. And 7-3. Take care.
All right. I wonder if Vern is unaware that we've moved here. I know Vern, VA3CRF, is usually out for an evening walk. Maybe it's too early for his walk, but usually he checks in when he can there. But yeah, we'll have to let him know that the Monday night net, anyways, has moved here. Thank you so much, Sam. So we'll clear with VA3 Fox Bravo Charlie. And let's see who else is out there would like to check in. Please come now.
Sierra Mike November.
Hey, there he is. You made it. Victor Alpha 3, Sierra, or no, Victor Echo 3, Sierra Mike November.
November on the portable, coming to you from the field at Tim Hortons, hoping you can hear me okay.
Yes, I can. You just cut yourself off at the beginning of both transmissions there. Um, just like your suffix, I did not hear. I only heard Sierra Mike November, so you might have to wait 1 second after you push the button and it'll go through. So, no, you're doing a good job there up there at coffee. Well, I hope the gang is going to meet there what for 8 o'clock, right?
Yeah, roger that. I'm sitting here with XLQ at the moment. I'm sure the rest will start trickling in soon.
All right. Well, hello to Peter and the rest of the gang. Hope you guys have a great time this evening. And geez, let's hope let's hope this keeps up this nice weather. Well, it was a little cloudy and threatening rain today, but hey, I'll take that over the doom and gloom that we've been facing there lately. Okay, thank you so much, Matt, for checking in. Have a great evening, sir, and we'll talk to you down the log. Hopefully on the Wednesday night, Reg. And so thanks again, Matt.
We'll talk to you then. VE3 SMN clear. I'll be listening on YouTube.
All right, very good then. So here we are at 7:41 p.m. with 73 degrees Fahrenheit or 22 Celsius at the airport. So let's see who else is out there would like to check into the Monday night accidental net. All right, then, let's make this last call. Last call for the Monday night Lake Ontario Radio Club net. This is Chuck in Hamilton, VA3CJZ. Please come now. Okay, well, I guess that wraps it up for tonight. It was an awesome way to test out Huey's repeater. Hopefully, we can get the timeout timer to go a little longer than 60 seconds. I know I can keep it under a minute, except for my monologue when I first start my script. That's usually a little bit longer, but for the most part, no problem. Thanks, Huey, for the use of the repeater once again. Victor Echo 3, Delta Juliet Zulu. And by my count, we've got, what is it, 13 check-ins, including the YouTube check-ins. And so I want to thank everyone who joined me tonight. And I look forward to hearing from you all on the AREGNet on Wednesday. And that is the longest running simplex net in Hamilton. A great way to test out your radios and antennas and see how far you can get out with what you have. I will be on the frequency of 146.430, 146, 430, and that will be at 8 p.m. on Wednesday. And I will also be streaming the net on YouTube. Just look for it under my call sign. Once again, thank you all for checking in with me. Have a great rest of the evening, and we'll catch you next time. This is VA3CJZ. I'll be listening for another minute or so and then going over to Marty's net.
We missed the last two-thirds of that, Chuck.
Oh, that's too bad. All right, let's see now. Where could I have been? Well, I did do last call for tonight's net, and then I announced that we got 13 check-ins for tonight. And I reminded people to join me on the AREGNet on Wednesday on 146.430 at 8 p.m. And that is a simplex net. So with that, if there are no last call check-ins, I will stand by here for another minute or so before moving over to the NCF repeaters. And thanks, Mac.
For what it's worth, I found the timeouts amusing. Have a good day there, and VA3CJZ.
Yeah, it's amusing when it's on the other end there, Edward.
Right. Who's the windbag here?
Well, I'm sure we can put together a list.
Yeah, so I'm not quite sure. Is it 60 seconds, you think? I'm pretty sure the first time around it lasted longer. It's just after timed out, it seems to be going shorter.
Yeah, maybe the identifier comes on more frequently, and I think it is 60 seconds.
Yeah, what does everybody mean by identifier? The only thing I heard was like a bunch of beeps that tell you that you timed out the machine. That's what I heard.
Well, the identifier is usually CW that identifies the repeater by call sign, and that's it.
Okay, I guess I'll have to be more critical of my attention to tones. I just thought it was like a, 3 or 4 tones to say you borked the machine there, buddy.
Yeah, well, who knows what it actually is? I don't know how the repeater is set up. So, uh, yeah, usually it's the call sign of the repeater.
You think it does that on ZOE as well with a call sign? Because there again, I always thought I just heard a bunch of tones. I guess I should try to use a CW here.
Yeah, just a minute.
Contact.
I'm on the air.
Okay, sorry.
All right, I just got a phone call there, Edward. So I'm gonna have to mute my microphone. And thanks for being part of the net. And we'll talk to you soon. VA3CJZ. I'll be on the phone for a minute.
I thought I heard Huey in there, V3ZYT.
Yeah, guys, sorry about that. I'll figure out the time, the setting on there. The reason why you guys are not hearing the tone decoding up there, like the CW, is because you have the tones quotient on. But I'll try to get up to the repeater and see if I can put it up a little higher.
I don't have a problem with the tones. They only seem to happen when the repeater timed out. That's when I heard tones. The rest of the time I didn't hear anything. Are you saying that tone squelch allows you to hear tones or does not? I'm not that familiar with these settings.
The tone squelch blocks out the DMR, because this is a DMR repeater too, so it blocks out the digital noise on the other side. So that means when the identifier goes off, it blocks it out, the tone.
Okay, well, this radio was built long before DMR came along, so it doesn't seem to know better. It just works fine. I mean, maybe I'll try it with my new AC one and see if it behaves differently. All right, well, thanks, Huey. That was great. I appreciate it.
No problem, guys. Like I said, we'll get it worked out, man. You know, get the little bugs out of it, but it'll be okay. As long as it's getting out and all good right now and everybody's having a good time.
Yeah, well, a guy's got to learn that you got to let the repeater drop. You know, it's like being on one of those East Coast reflector type things. You know, if everybody keys up instantly right after one guy ends up stops talking, it doesn't work well. So you just got to let the machine drop, and timer's all reset, and things are good.
Got that right. But thank you for checking in tonight, guys.
V3ZYT.
I am back. And And I think we're going to switch over to the NCF repeaters. Please stand by.
So, given the air around 11 o'clock in the morning, I'm sure we're going to be there for a couple hours anyways. People are more than welcome to join us. We're going to have a check-in and out sign-in log with your call signs, time in, time out. So anybody who wants to come out and play radio, we'll be circulating copies of the logs for our contacts. So we'll be battling against the friends and foes with the Ontario QSO party the same weekend. That's going to be fun. But we have the ability to sneak off to the warp bands and make some extra contacts where things are going to be quiet. So yes, the date, put it on your calendar, April 18th. Start time tentatively 11 o'clock. And we're encouraging everybody to come out and play radio with us at the park. So we're non-denominational. It doesn't matter whose badge you do or do not have. As long as you have a valid call sign, you're more than welcome to jump aboard. And even for those that are listening and are looking for inspiration to study for their test, this is a good opportunity to see what crazy ham operators do when they set up with weird and wacky antennas and all kinds of radio setups. Thanks for letting me come in and jibber jabber there. Have yourself a great evening, and 7-3.
All right, well, thank you very much for the check-in and the announcement about the POTA event there. That definitely sounds interesting. Unfortunately, I will not be able to make it to that one, but one of these days I will get out to one of your events. We'll clear with VA3IMW, and Peter, VE3ZFZ, please go ahead.
Victor Echo 3, Zulu, Foxtrot Zulu. Sounds like the chit-chat. I heard that the coffee tonight is at Tim Hortons and not at McDonald's. I didn't realize that until I'm halfway down number 6 towards McDonald's, so I don't know. I may just turn around and go back because I don't have time to get a chair. So I'll catch up with you next week.
Peter, I have an extra chair in my truck already, so I will bring it with, and you're more than welcome to use that.
Oh, that'd be great. Thanks. I should have realized with the weather being nice that we would have been meeting there. But anyways, I appreciate that. So I'll see you there in not too distant future. Thanks. Victor Echo 3, Zulu, Foxtrot Zulu, en route to Tim's.
Sounds good. Looking forward to seeing you in just a little bit now. We'll clear with you, Peter, and we're listening for VE3ASF. Please go ahead.
Hey, it's Chris. I just want to wish everyone have some fun out there tonight. Weather's going to be about 11 Celsius. All clear for the fun. VE3ASF.
All right. Well, thank you very much for checking in there, Chris. Good to hear from you. And also thank you for the weather update as well. We'll catch you down the log and listening for any last-minute check-ins for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club Monday Night Net. Any station, anywhere, please go ahead.
Victor Alpha 3 Whiskey Hotel. Yes, Spencer, just a quick recheck. If anybody knows where I can get some fiberglass poles, I'm actually in the process of putting up a wire antenna in fed half wave. And Princess Auto used to sell them fiberglass. I don't want any metal ones, obviously. If anybody knows where they're available, this is Carol, VA3WHU. Back to you.
Yeah, Carol, I've bought them at Princess Auto in the past, but the last couple times I've been in there, they have not had any. So I think it's one of those hit or miss surplus items.
Yeah, not sure of my destination for that now, but I'll keep looking. Okay, thank you.
Not a problem. Go ahead, Chuck. Well, thank you very much for checking in, and glad you're getting geared up for the warm weather. I'm doing the same thing, so I've got a million things to do, so hopefully there's enough time to do them all. Anyhow, thank you very much for checking in, and we'll clear with you and listen for any last-minute check-ins for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club Monday night.
Blue recheck.
Recheck station, your call sign was broken
I had
up.
my microphone muted.
Basically nothing there. Can you try again, please?
Victor Echo 3, Zulu, Foxtrot Zulu. I'm on the 715 side of this net, so can you hear me now? Over.
Night and day difference. It's like you're sitting right beside me.
Okay, so Carol was mentioning poles. I heard someone mention that you can get those painter poles like at Home Depot or any place like that. They go pretty long. I know I've got one, and I use it for knocking the snow off my satellite dish, so I'm not too sure what the extended length is, but it's probably got to be 15 to 20 feet. So that might be something that could be obtained easily at any Home Depot or home renovation store. Over.
Okay, yeah, that is would definitely maybe work depending on what height. Carol, are you still there? No, it doesn't sound like she's still there, Peter. But yeah, that's definitely a viable option there to gain a little bit of height for an antenna. So yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, I'll be clear. I'll see you at Thames. I'm still en route. Over. VA3CJZ.
Ed, please go ahead.
Yes, just wanted to send some greetings here from East Oakville, way out there by the Ford factory. You guys are coming in good tonight on the WIK repeater, and not too bad on the VHF side. So just wanted to give a quick shout out there. That's about it. VE3CJZ. Have a great time at your coffee.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's always a friendly gathering, so anyone is welcome to join in and have fun. There's radio talk and talk about pretty well anything else as well. So yeah, it's always a good time. Thank you very much for your check-in. Anything else, Lynette?
If he's going to be there tonight or not. I just heard him a few minutes ago on 2 meters, and so we'll see if he's going to be there tonight. This is VA3 Bravo Kilowatt for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club HFNet on a Monday night. We're located in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, and we're looking for any check-ins from anywhere. Please go now.
Victor Echo 3, Kilo Mike, Quebec.
Victor Echo 3, Kilo Mike, Quebec. Anybody else? Yeah, so how you doing there? How you doing there, Mike? And good to hear you in there tonight there, over.
Yeah, V3BK, V3KMQ. Good evening there, Rick. I guess maybe the first. I didn't hear anybody else. Doing okay. Got a fair bit of noise over this way. You turn your car. Yes. You know, the noise floor is a little high here. Doing okay. You know, I guess the obvious thing is great weather we had today, and it continues into the evening. You know, nice sunshine, although it was a little cloudy and some rain this morning over this way, but just a little bit. But really nice weather, Rick. So how are you doing? Back to you.
Oh, yeah, not too bad. Hey, summer's here. Well, it's pretty close anyway. And you got an excellent signal over here. You're 5.9 plus 10 on my stingy icon needle, but the audio sounds excellent. So the band's open again, and it seems like it clears, all the noise clears off just before we get on here. So we heard some DX in here a little while ago, and I thought, well, I'd stick around right till the last minute and see if they clear off 7150, and they did. So anyway, so we're on here now, and it seems like every week we're on a different frequency, Mike. So anyway, yeah, so we're doing okay, and you know, we keep getting this rain, and on Friday night, you know, we were on the Echo Link with Rich and guys in Australia, and now Don, KD3, Delta Oscar November, is taking over the net. He's running the net for Rich, and he's in Georgia. And every time he gets on there, they say, oh, they need rain down there. They need rain. They've only had 3/4 of an inch all year so far. Something like that. And, you know, I'm thinking, boy, oh boy, too bad we couldn't ship some of our rain down that way there, Mike. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting. How is Red doing? I know he was local here many years ago, but how's he doing there, Rick?
He's got failing health right now, and so, you know, he's been hanging around a lot longer than we thought he would. He did have a stroke, but he came back from that pretty good. Like, he does have a few memory issues, but he does excellent on the radio still. And he gets on there still and just says hello kind of thing. And Ron, I said Don, didn't I? It's Ron, KD4RON. Yeah, he's filling in for him, and Rich still jumps in there and says hello to people, and a lot of people show up just to talk to him. Now, I know that we show up there early,
so that the half hour before, he's usually in there talking to whoever shows up early and talks to him. There's another fellow, Ron, in Scarborough that gets in here quite often. But anyway, yeah, Rich is, he went to the hospital and they gave him the bad news, and he decided to go home and live out the rest of his life at home. So I don't know. He still sounds pretty chipper when he gets on the radio, but who knows? Who knows? So anyway, I hope that answers the question for you, Mike. B3KMQ, B3BK.
Yeah, okay there, Rick. Very good. Yeah, no, I do appreciate the update there. I thought I had heard that he might have been in some failing health, but, well, let's just hope things can work out as best as they can for him, and certainly enjoy, the time he's got left, if that is the situation. So, anyway, yeah, so for myself here, I had decided to check one of my antennas with the analyzer, as I do from time to time, every, maybe 3 or 4 months or something. So I thought I'd check the end-fed half wave that I have, that I use for 160, half wave on 160, pretty long. It zigzags all over the yard, as I think I told you in the past. But all of a sudden, the SWR was showing me a flat line towards the upper end, like super high SWR. I didn't realize at first that it was just shifted, but shifted significantly. It was shifting high, about 300 kilohertz on both 160 and also on 80. So I thought, what's causing that? At first I didn't realize that, so I started looking at everything from connectors to coax to the auto transformer that I have on it outside. Thought maybe something weird was going on with that, and did checks with the old meter and everything else, and everything seemed to be okay. So I thought, well, it's got to be the wire, but I can't see anything that's indicating a broken wire or whatever. But then when I did use the analyzer, I saw it was like 300 kilohertz high. So that told me that the antenna is short, right? And which would perhaps indicate a break. But I couldn't see it. So I guess, at some point in time, I know the weather's getting nice, but probably, May or early June, something like that, I'll have to, get my gears in motion and pull some of the masts down and see what I can see. But, it's not an obvious break at this point, so I don't know what's going on. And so anyway, that's what I discovered the other day, and we'll have to bear with it. I don't use 160 an awful lot, except during contests. So, it's not like I really need it badly. So anyway, just thought I'd share that with you, Rick. B3BK, B3KMQ.
Yeah, Roger on that. Yeah, well, hey, first thing I do is, put a dummy load on the feed point and see if it's good SWR at the feed point. That proves a coax for sure. But something like that, you probably got a Unin in line or something similar to it. A 49 to 1 or 9 to 1 or something like that. And that can always give you a problem. But I noticed there with the good weather, my 40-meter sloper is flat match on this frequency. Really flat match, and at times it goes up, but I think it depends on the rain and everything else, the weather. So now, something like your antenna there, I would, zigzag all over the yard. I would see if it's dropped down at one point. Maybe that would change things for you. And so it's gone up high, 300 kilohertz. Yeah, that's quite a bit on 160. Usually your 160 antenna is pretty narrow, so you usually got to use a tuner anyway, so it's not a big deal. I would just leave it and see if it settles out. But, it depends on where you use it the most, whether you're down in the low part of the band or up a little higher. It's always better to be too long than too short. And you can always go and add a piece of wire and see if that makes a difference too, on the feed point mic. Anyway, so what, have you got anything else there? The Ontario QSO party. Yeah, are you going to be in there? I don't know what I'm going to do this year. It seems like the contesting has sort of waned a bit. We don't have the contest site anymore, and so like some of the guys don't seem to be as interested. We were able to work as a distributed station before, but they've changed some of the rules on the OQP this year. So I suggest you read them before you enter. I've got them printed out here, and anyway, so. The OQP is still a lot of fun as long as the band's open, and I know a couple of years there we couldn't hear out west, we couldn't hear the East Coast, depending on what bands were on, of course, too, but it's always nice to work those rock stations. Anyway, okay, back to you for a file, and then we'll carry on and see if anybody else is out there. I want to know if Chuck's out there streaming for us or not. I did hear him on 2 meters. Anyway, over to you.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Rick. Yeah, so I guess with the Ontario QSO party, I believe it's this weekend. In fact, I know it is. I think it's the 18th. Today's what, the 13th, I guess. So, yeah, end of the week. But, yeah, I did hear there was a little bit of shifting in the times slightly anyway. So I'll have to take a good look at it. What you say is true. Always take a look at the, the rules if there's anything that's changed. So, yeah, I plan on participating. Don't know, whether I'll be at it solid, but I'll do what I can. It's, our QSO party, right, for Ontario. Always a good thing. And so we'll enjoy doing that. Yeah, not too much else, Rick, at this point. Just thought I'd check in with you, and yeah, I guess I'm the first one, and I'll swing it back to you, and you can see if there's any more check-ins there. I'll stick around for a little bit, but I do have some other things this evening I need to do, so I'll bid 73 to you, and maybe we'll hear you on the contest there, Rick. B3BK, B3KM2. Over to you.
Roger on that. Mike, thanks for the check-in, and yeah, you'll probably hear me on the QSO party. I'll probably be using my own call this time, operating from home, and as myself, whatever. But looks like one antenna is giving me trouble here, so I might not be able to get on 80, and 160 it's still down, so I haven't done anything with it yet. And it's a little more complicated than yours. I think I got to put it up over a tree. But anyway, we'll get to that sooner or later. Anyway, so let's see if Chuck is in there or anybody else wants to check in. This is V3 Bravo Kilowatt. We're clear with V3 Kilo Mike Quebec, and thanks again for being there. And let's see if anybody else is out there and see if we're actually streaming or not. V3 Bravo Kilowatt.
I'm anyone else.
Yeah, go ahead, anyone. Go ahead.
Okay, this is VA3AM, anyone else. Just a good evening.
It disappeared on me. I got a V3, I think. Go ahead.
Well, this is VA3AM. I guess someone else was there. Okay.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. I can hear you, Al.
You seem to disappear on me. Talk right into the mic there. Over.
VA3AM.
Okay, was that NLA? NLA, it sounds like B3NLA.
Rick, you should listen on the local antenna. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. That was Al, VA3 AM. Good evening, Al.
Good evening, Chuck. What the hell are you guys doing? The club destroyed their web page, and now they're destroying this frequency with other pretend radios. Just kidding. Okay, I'll let you guys get back to it. I guess I'm not getting out here. GHM clear.
Increase the power a little bit there. Anyway, good to hear you. VA3 AM from V3 Bravo Kilowatt.
I can't understand how come you're 20 over 9 and you can't hear me.
That's because I was listening on the SDR. You're 20 over 9. You're 20 over 9 here, and but I was having trouble hearing you in Pennsylvania there. Go ahead.
Lots of lightning static tonight. Pretty wild thunderstorm just west of Detroit.
Oh, yeah. Well, I haven't heard any static there yet, but usually, like I listen to 2 SDRs because of the noise level here in Hamilton. Anybody local, of course, I hear them real good on my local antenna, but I listen on there, and the one becomes very unusable because it's actually on a mountaintop in Vermont, and the static on it just kills you. So you can't use it at all, and right now I'm not using it at all.
Oh, okay. Well, I used to listen to the SDRs, but I don't much anymore. What did the club do to their web page? What a mess.
Okay, you talked a little bit fast for me. What's the club something about Wednesday?
Okay, you're not hearing me too good. Okay, I'll let you go there, Rick. 73 VA3 AM.
No, just talk slower. I don't know what you're talking about. Club on Wednesday. What was it you were talking about?
I said, what did the club do to their web page? It is a mess now. There's no useful information there at all, and I see they've gone secret, members only. That is so stupid.
Yeah, well, that's the new executive that did that. And, it's supposed to be a working project, but there's a lot of stuff that Barry had on there that hasn't appeared yet. So, yeah, some of the members only stuff is okay, but some of it, should be opened up, and there's already been discussions about that on the executive, whether this or that should be in the members only page. So a work in progress, but they decided they wanted to change it again because the Barry was doing it all with PDFs.
Oh, well, that's just another reason why I'm not a member. Okay, well, I'll see you on 10 meters later. That's, what time do you go to 10? 9 o'clock or 8:30?
Yeah, 9 o'clock or a little bit after sometimes. Depends on whether, last week we had American check-in, so we hang around on 40 for a little bit.
Okie doke. Okay, I was going to check in on CW, but I figured I'd be condemned for that.
Yeah. Hey, be like me. It'd be like 2 of us. We don't use CW enough anymore. But I can still copy it.
I could have fired up the spark transmitter. Okay, I'll be listening along. And thank you, Chuck. Back to you, VA3 AM.
Okay, thanks for the check-in, VA3 AM. We'll look forward to seeing you on 10 a little later. Okay, let's turn over to Chuck there, VA3CJZ. Go ahead.
Yeah, Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. Good evening, Rick and Al and whoever else is listening. And to answer your usual question, yes, sir, I am streaming this net live on YouTube under my call sign in the YouTube stream. So we are live at the moment and not too many viewers tonight. I think everyone's outside, Rick. It's gorgeous out there. Over.
Oh, yeah, and, for the little bit of rain we had, like, I keep thinking about Ron there in Georgia. He keeps saying they need the rain. They need the rain. They've only had 3/4 inch, but they've had much warmer weather than us already. So, hey, summer's around the corner, and if people are going outside, I know quite a few of them guys are going for coffee. But anyway, that's to be expected, I guess. And with the thing going around the moon there too, the astronauts, a lot of people were busy watching that, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. The stuff I got off YouTube, it seemed like it was all, orchestrated. It was an actual thing. And the only time that was actual people when the astronauts actually got on there and talked about their experience, and that was kind of a good thing. Anyway, thanks for doing this on YouTube, and if there's anybody listening on YouTube, welcome aboard, and hope to get your ticket soon. And if you're out of, you're a long ways away from us, whatever, your 40 meters might be well enough to receive it. So anyway, okay, over to you, Chuck, for a file, and thanks again for doing YouTube.
Well, there's Mac, VA3IMW. I don't know if you heard him there, Rick. And so I'll take a standby, and why don't you bring Mac in? By the way, before you do, can you let me know if my audio is sounding okay?
Okay, let me listen to you direct. I was listening to you direct, and I think it sounds good. Go ahead, try it again.
Yeah, very good. I'm on the studio mic. I'm back on the studio mic now, and I put my newly waterproofed choke ballon in line, the MFJ ballon there, and I'm also running on straight battery power, and so I think my power supply might also be giving me some noise, but anyways, I'm back on, I'm on battery power, and I'm running the studio mic there. Over.
Yeah, sounds good, Chuck. Sounds good. There's no RF in there or nothing, so maybe it is something to do with the power supply. Who knows? Okay, anyway, Max in there, so go ahead, VA3IMW, how you doing tonight? And I left an opening there for you to do the POTUS stuff. There's a couple of states that also has stuff going on there. If you want to check out contestcounter.com, there's a couple of POTA events in Texas and Florida, I think it was. Anyway, go ahead there, Mac.
Good evening, Rick, and everybody else who can possibly hear me. Thanks for letting me in there, Chuck. Appreciate it. Also, the guys that are over just adjacent to me here at the Timmy's on Mohawk Road. Very good for you guys to spark up a radio and give Rick a couple of check-ins there. That's excellent. So we are definitely looking forward to Saturday, April 18th. Trying to get on the air for around 11 o'clock. That might slip closer to noon. You know how we are on Saturdays. A little slow to get moving, but we will definitely be there. And the park of our selection is, oh goodness gracious, it's not Christie's, it starts with a V, I think. Anyways, conservation area. You never had one of those moments, Rick? I'm sure you have. Anyways, I'm sure Chuck will come in and correct me with the park location. Anyways, Yes, I saw your emails. Thanks for sharing all that information. Certainly appreciate the info for contestcalendar.com and the other stuff there. That's great. Going to take a closer look at the one that you sent more recently and glean the details from that. Anyways, surprisingly tonight, Chuck is a better signal than you are, Rick. He's I'm going to say 10 to 15 over S9, and Rick, you're like 8 or 10. So you're both kind of mighty fine. And I think really when it comes down to it, if we hear each other on these bands, especially with lightning crashes coming up from the southern states, I think we're all doing a fine job. Anyways, did you have any other questions for me tonight, Rick?
Okay, no, that's good. And hey, just a comment there, contestcalendar.com. You got to check the rules of every contest. And I was looking at my sheet there when I announced it tonight, and so Larry came in there and corrected me on time. But if you go on the rules has everything right. And I've got the rules printed out here, so there are a few changes on there too. There's more 20-point stations too. So this is the contest that we've been running from the Hamilton Club for years, and way back when it used to go all night, and they decided they didn't want the rovers out in the middle of the night. But when I was doing 40 meters in the middle of the night there, I got a bunch of European stations checking in with me, and they were only worth 2 points at the time. So it's much better to work somebody in Ontario for 10 points and a rack station for 20 points than it is to work a European or somebody off continent. But anyway, it's still a fun contest, and what I personally like is working the guys out west and working the guys out east and seeing what kind of weather they've got out there. And I know that I've been doing 80 meters at night and checking in with Randy, VA3 X-Ray Victor, and a lot of the guys from up north are on that one, 3.760. And anyway, it's surprising some of them guys still got 4, and if you go up far enough, 8 feet of snow. And we haven't had snow down here for some time, and we got a beautiful day today. So there you go, Mac. Anyway, you're sounding good here, and you're 5 and 9 here, just right on the edge there, Mac. So you're doing okay, and the conditions, you never know what you're gonna get. So VA3 IMW V3BK.
Okay, thanks, Rick. Certainly appreciate the opportunity to jump in here and say hello. Again, waving a hand to all the guys that are listening over at the Timmy's on West Mohawk. And Randy's a good guy. I try to check in with him at least once a week. And that's where I learned that my 40-meter end fed, stretching his legs, it actually tunes well down around that area, and I found a spot on 80 meters that the noise floor isn't absolutely horrible. Anyways, yes, I haven't said hello to Randy in a couple of days, but I'll look for an opportunity to pop back in there and give a bean for his spot as well. All right, as usual, it's Monday night. It's a school night, you know what I mean? We got to get ready to do what we do all week long. And we have to keep on doing that to make sure the checks come in on time for you old fogies. Anyways, thanks for being there. Rick, are we going to see you on the weekend? Are you going to make the venture up to join us at Valens? That's the park. It's Valens Conservation Area.
Good luck with that, and have fun. And don't forget, you can always go home later, because I think you're probably done there before the middle of the afternoon. and you go back home and still get some Ontario Kissel Party connections in there, contacts, whether you're actually in the contest or not. Okay, thanks back, and we'll carry on and see if there's anybody else out there. We've been having Americans check in. Also, we are streaming live on YouTube, VA3CJZ, for anybody out there listening. If you have a call sign, make sure you talk to Chuck in the chat box, and we will rate your call sign down here in the log that you were on the YouTube stream. Okay, thanks back, and let's see if there's anybody else out there. This is VE3 Bravo Kilowatt.
So VE3 CSY.
Okay, again, is that you, Chris?
VE3 CSY.
Okay, give me your call again. I got VE3 Charlie something, I think.
VE3 CSY.
It's Paul, CSY.
All right, okay, CSY. I'm listening on the SDR. Let me go to my own. Okay, Paul, and how are you doing tonight there? I'm going to my own antenna there. You don't seem to be getting into that Pennsylvania one too good. The other one's too noisy to even listen to there tonight. Go ahead.
Well, good evening to everyone on the frequencies who can hear me tonight, noise or not. Good evening, Al. Nice to hear you. Yeah, nothing really to discuss or say, just to check in, hang around, chew the fat. Why don't you listen to your receiver and the SDR at the same time, Rick? I mean, you could do that, couldn't you? So back to you and carry on. The E3CS one.
Too hard to do that because missed my foot switch. Yeah, there's latency on the SDR, so it's very confusing, and so I keep switching back and forth between them, and like Al, I couldn't hear Al, but he was 20 over. But of course I heard him on my own antenna. I hear you well on my own antenna too. There, you're above the noise, so no problem at all. And the SDRs tonight, well, sometimes they're useless, but other times they're a great thing to have, an extra. It's like in YouTube, it's something extra to have that's good. Now, if the grid fell down, then I wouldn't have any noise down here probably. So, that would be the time that I'd be on battery backup, so like Chuck is. Anyway, so you got anything else for us on 40 here, Paul, there, go ahead.
No, nothing to report or nothing extraordinary is happening. The usual noise on the band and you asking us to repeat our call signs multiple times. So it's all good. You, Rick.
Yeah, well, I got a hearing problem too. I've got to go in next week. I'm going in for a new set of hearing aids. So, anyway, not that that's an excuse, but I keep flipping back and forth and I don't get everybody's call sign complete, especially when I was listening on the SDR, and the one SDR I'm listening to is very filtered, so it's very low volume. And but anyway, I'm hearing you louder and better on my own antenna, of course. And of course, when we go to 10, I don't listen to any SDR at all for 10 because it's all pretty much local anyway. So it's a bit of a chore. I get a lot of high noise level here, and right now my noise level is better than sometimes, but it's still right up there. It's about 8 S units, Paul, so you're just making over it. Anyway, you got anything else here, Paul? Go ahead.
No, that's pretty much it for me. Like I said, hang around and listen to all the chitter chatter, so you carry on.
Okay, and thanks for the check-in. Always good talking to you, and I'll be able to hear you much better on 10 meters, I'm sure. Okay, anybody else, if you're on YouTube and you're listening to us on the YouTube stream, that's VA3CJZ, make sure you go into the chat box and chat with Chuck, and he is VA3CJZ. That's his call, and if you have a call, let us know and we'll mark you down. Okay, this is V3 Bravo Kilowatt. Anybody anywhere for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club HF10 on Monday night, please go now.
VA3CJZ recheck.
Yeah, go ahead there, Chuck. Yeah, Pennsylvania's just about useless too.
Okay, well, I just want to say hello to Paul, CSY, and whoever else. Al is still there, I guess. And I've got 2 new check-ins for you there from the YouTube stream, so get ready. And the first one is Bob in Elmira, and his call is Victor Echo 3, Echo Fox Delta. Victor Echo 3, Echo Fox Delta. Bob in Elmira. Good evening, Bob. And he just got his ICOM radio back from ICOM, and I guess they've had it all winter, so he can't wait to get that back up with an antenna. And then we have someone from Japan checking in. We've got Juliet 3, Fox November Mike. Juliet 3, Fox November Mike from Western Japan. Over to you, Rick.
Okay, very good. Hey, Bob, I hope you get that radio back working again, and hopefully you can check in from Elmira there. So, hello to VE3, Echo Fox Delta, Bob. Okay, and then our friend from Japan. Okay, Juliet 3, Fox November Mike. Welcome aboard, and it's always good to have somebody international come in there. So welcome aboard on the YouTube stream, and I have written down both your calls in the log here. So thank you very much. Anything else there, Chuck? Go ahead.
No, I just looked up the gentleman's call sign, and I believe that's Mike. Eddie from Itami City, Hyogo, Japan. And so that's it, Rick, for now. Back to you.
Okay, welcome on board, Eddie. Okay, my noise level has gone up here a bit. So even on the local antenna, of course, you're getting right over. You're almost 20 over here. So anyway, okay, thanks for that, Chuck. And let's see. So welcome to anybody on the YouTube stream, and anybody that's on 7150. This is for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club, but you do not have to be a club member to check in. And so if you can hear us, go ahead and give us a contact. This is Victor Echo 3, Bravo Kilowatt. The noise has increased here locally, and on the SDRs we're getting a lot of static, or at least on the one I'm listening to, and but we can still hear pretty good. That one in Pennsylvania, what's this called? Kilowatt 3, Fox Echo Fox. And that he has changed software about 3 times in the last 3 months, and now he has one that's super quiet, and works pretty good. The only thing is if there's static crashes or anything like that, it just cuts right back. So it's just like my hearing aids. But my dog barks, I can't hear nothing else. Yeah, anyway. Okay, so this is Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilowatt. Anybody anywhere, please go now. My noise level has creeped back up. It's 9 S units, but at least I'm not getting all them little spikes there on the, I don't have a pan adapter. I have an older radio, and it's a 756 Pro with an infrared filter in it, and it has a scope on it. And that's usually what I watch, and I usually see anybody that's close to me. And I usually see all the spikes from the noise, but right now it's just atmospheric noise. It's probably from the storm that's coming in. Anyway, this is VA3 Bravo Kilowatt, and if you can hear me, please give me a contact. Otherwise, if we're on YouTube, on VA3 Charlie Juliet Zulu, and you can always go into the chat box and chat with Chuck. So anyway, anybody anywhere, please go now. Okay, I'm getting some noise there, but it's not that bad. And of course, on my local antenna, I'm getting 9 units of noise, so I am able to hear a few stations that are slightly below it, because this radio will do that. But anyway, the SDR is getting a little bit of static on it, but it's still working. So right now I'm listening locally. Anybody anywhere? V3 Bravo Kilowatt. Okay, over to you, Chuck. What kind of noise level do you have there? Over.
VA3CJZ here. Got a lot of noise. 9 plus, I'd say 5 over S9. That's some of the highest noise I've had in a while there, Rick. But weirdly enough, I could hear Mac at a solid, sometimes 10 to 15 over S9. He was really banging in here. Normally, he's a little bit on the lower side, so that was nice. But yeah, I hear everyone well. Al is a good 20 over. Paul, CSY, is 10 over. And I don't remember seeing Mike's signal, KMQ. But I'm doing a few things here on the side as well. And yeah, I had my wife called me there, and I was looking for a frying pan that I can't find, and she's at work, so she called me back. Anyways, that's it for me, Rick. S9 plus noise.
Yeah, that's where my noise is too, and it sounds like an echo, so echo in the background sort of thing is going in and out. It's actually not as bad as some nights. Some nights I just get a big static noise, +5 or whatever, like you have tonight. And but tonight it's not all that bad, really. So you guys are all getting over, and Paul was getting over it too. And yeah, it's got to be the propagation. It has to be something, maybe with the weather or whatever. With Mac, sometimes I hear him perfect, and other times he's in and out a bit. And tonight he was in and out a little bit. And you got him perfect, so there you go. Right now, my SWR is just fantastic on this antenna. Sometimes it goes up to 1.8. bounces. But tonight it's rock solid, and I think probably everything's dried out. I kind of think maybe that's the water's getting in there or something, but tonight it's just perfect. But they're maxed on here, me that good. And according to my manual tuner, which is on bypass, the needle's jumping up a bit, but not on the radio. So anyway, but then again, my other antenna is not working for me tonight. It's intermittent, so I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, we do what we have to do. Anyway, so this is VA3 Bravo Kilowatt for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club. We're located in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, on the west end of Lake Ontario. So if you can hear us, please give us a call. You do not have to be a member.
VA3RYI.
Well, holy jeez, it doesn't matter where I am, I can hear you. Yeah, and I'll give you a report on the next go-around. But anyway, VA3RYI, how are you doing?
We're doing all right. So, kind of nice. Got the doors open, a little warm weather, nice weather coming into the shack.
Oh, yeah, you got no excuse now. Well, except maybe if it rains. But anyway, well, the rain we've had on and up, you know, it's actually been really good. Grass is green and all that good stuff. And, you know, so those guys that are on Echo Lincoln Ridge checks in on there on Friday nights. The guy that runs it now, the guy in Georgia, he's saying how much water they haven't had. And they've only had like 3/4 of an inch all year, and so everything's kind of dry there, even though it's warmer than here. But you know, isn't that funny? A different part of the geography gets needs water, and we have plenty. You know, they could have some of ours. And some of the guys, I've been talking on 80 meters the other night to Randy. He has a net on 3760, and anyway, some of the guys up north there were complaining about 4 feet of snow and 8 feet of snow. It depends on the one guy could hardly hear, and he's way up there, and he's got like 8 feet of snow already. And anyway, they're hoping it doesn't melt all at once, and I can see they probably have flooding if it does there. Go ahead.
Quick interruption.
Go ahead, Paul.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mark. I'll let you get right back to it, but I want to get this question out now in case we get a reply. That fellow from Japan, Chuck, I don't know if he's still listening to the stream or not, but I hope he is. And I was wondering if he could tell us what they're paying for regular gas over there in Japan right now. So I want to get my question in. Mark and Rick and everyone can carry on. And hopefully you'll get an answer on the stream there, Chuck. So thank you for the interruption, guys. Carry on, Mark. VA3CJZ.
Yeah, okay, thanks for the question there. So, Eddie, if you're still in there from Japan, can you answer that, over?
Yeah, he's on the stream, Rick.
Okay, very good.
You guys can carry on. It's an internet thing. So, yeah. Hi, Mark.
Hello. Your batteries came, Paul.
Oh, really? Okay. Wow, that was faster than I thought. Did the BMS come with it as well?
Not that I seen in it. I just opened up, made sure the batteries were good. Pretty heavy.
Yeah, 280 amp hour. So, yeah, this is big. So we'll see. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. You and Rick carry on and with all that stuff. And like I said, I just wanted to get the query out in case the fellow from Japan was still listening and maybe give us an answer. Okay. Back to you and then, yeah, carry on. I'll be listening to you. Please get one.
Okay, thanks for that, Paul. And yeah, it's a good thing that he can get in there and listen in on the YouTube stream. Anyway, yeah, so I don't have that on. I don't have the YouTube stream on because I've got the SCR on the computer, and I keep switching back and forth. And the one is actually quite useless. So anyway, but I'm hearing you on the local antenna right at the moment. Okay, let's see if there's anybody else out there, or no, we should turn it over to Mark there and see what else have you been doing. You got the door open right now, Mark, over?
Yeah, letting the nice fresh air come in. Give the shack a clean out, get some fresh air in here. So other than that, not doing much of anything. Drinking some water, done a coffee, so taking it easy.
Okay, and have you got the spreaders fixed on your antenna there?
No, I'm not even looking at that till May 24.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I keep missing the switch here. Yeah, okay, well, hey, anyway, well, have you got enough there that you can operate? Do you think you're going to operate on the OQP on the weekend, over?
Lately, contests and that, I haven't been playing or looking or anything like that, so, but, yeah, like right now, well, I got Garnet's 67 here, been playing with it, seeing if I like it, and learning on the new, the Power SDR instead of the old SDR for the Flex 3000, so still learning and playing around with it. So, but yeah, I've got the butternut, all the bands on the butternut, and what I do is I transmit on the butternut and I can receive better on the beam, even though it's hurting unit. The receive on it, so like on 20 meters when I check in with Walt, I receive on the 20 meter on the beam and transmit on the butternut. So that's one thing with the 3000 I can't do. I got to switch it by manually. The 6700, it's got multiple antenna ports, so I just pick what I want to listen on and go for it. So yeah, so I've been having fun with Garnet's toy.
Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, well, we should be flexible to be able to do that, you know. And, you know, that's one thing I miss about the contest site. I got to operate other people's radios, you know, and see how they work. And, you know, so the 7300, I've operated that. You know, Marty's, I've operated Marty's, and I operated, who else is, well, a couple of guys, and anyway, it's quite easy compared to some of the Yaesu radios that have more of an extensive menu, you know, and QU's Kenwood, boy, oh boy, it received everything. So it had menus too. You had to go into a menu to turn the power up and down. Not good when you're running an amplifier, I don't think. But anyway, I guess you get used to anything. So, you know, and some of the radios they received too well, and you know, with us being in close proximity, sometimes you could hear the other guy, you know. So it was bad enough hearing him on the microphone when you unkeyed everybody calling VA3CJZ. Anyway, well, it's still a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, yeah, so I know what you mean about contesting, and especially with the nice weather now, too, and, you know, it's, you know, you don't, me, I I don't go after the DX as much as I used to, and but anyway, I'm sending information to Chuck there quite a bit, and some of that stuff is really good. Makes me want to turn the radio on and check them out to see, you know. So that is one of the things I did before, and sometimes you just turn the dial and you find somebody, so that's kind of good. Anyway, I know what you mean. I do the same thing here, and I get myself in trouble because I'm doing it manually, switching between antennas. And if you get an antenna that's not resonant on that band, you hear the guy, even though signals down, you still hear him pretty good. So that's how I get myself in trouble sometimes there. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it's, well, I'm finding the difference between Power SDR that runs the 3000 and the Smart SDR. So there's things I like of the 3000 program. It shows you the world, and it shows you the gray zone. It shows the power into the radio, shows you the sun cycle spot numbers, just different little things that make it up, that's a little more interested. This here, you got to pick up what you want to see in the window. And it's there's really not much adjustments. Where the Power SDR, I go on my filter, I right-click on the filter, and then I can adjust it. This one here, I got to go and I got to open up a window for RX, and then it comes up, and I can see the filters and then play with it then. But then I lose a window for the equalizer or the transmit power. So, yeah, there's some good points, some bad points. What I'm really disappointed about is on their site it says the radio has diversity. But no, it doesn't. It's got what they call it beaming. You click on the diversity button and it's preset, so it looks like that one antenna is stronger than the other, and it lets your ears play on picking out which is a better signal to listen to. But diversity, to be able to spin around and get a noise reduced and gone, no, you got to spend that $200 to get that and a couple other filters to work. So, but you go on their site, it says it comes with it, or, well, it's there. It's not an option. They need to put a word beside it, option.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, there's always a catch to everything. And, you know, well, at least, you know, like Rich says, isn't this wonderful hobby, you know, we can play with this and play with that, and you never get sick of playing with something. So there's always lots to play with, even some of the software programs, you know, for Greyline and stuff. Chuck was asking me about some, and I found about 5 different ones that are good, you know, and I got about 3 of them on my one computer, and I still don't know which one's the best. You know, it depends entirely on what you want, you know, what you want to do. So there you go. Okay, anyway, we'll talk more about that probably on 10 meters. And right now, let's see if there's any more check-ins here. We're getting close to the witching hour there at 2 minutes to go, or something like that, 3 minutes to go. So this is the last call for 40 meters. Anybody, anywhere, if you can hear us, please check into our net. This is V3 Bravo Kilowatt, and we're going to be going to 10 meters shortly. And I think Chuck switches that over on the YouTube too. Moment, just for a short time probably. But anyway, we'll be going at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here, or that will be at 1 Zulu. So we'll be switching over. to 2845. So anyway, last call again, last call. Anybody, anywhere, if you can hear me, please go now. V3 Bravo Kilowatt.
We got our reply on the fuel prices, Rick, if you want to, curious.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, what's the reply?
Well, I'll let Chuck announce it, but I think we had him reply. And
yeah, Chuck, are you still there? Can you give us the reply?
So, sorry about that. It's around $1 a liter, give or take there. I think he said at the regular gas station, it's 156 yen per liter, and that works out to being about $1 US. So there you go.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cheap. Okay, and so you're going to go with us to 10 meters there, and so that Eddie can stay on board with us? Okay, very good. We split again. Okay,
Oops,
we're going to
I had the
fly to
microphone muted again.
2845, and our Ustream is coming over with us too. So, Eddie, if you're still online from Japan, at least your gas is less expensive than ours. So, anyway, we're going over to 2845, V3 BK, QS1.
So I will QSY to 28.485 for a short time.
From the coffee clutch. That's who really runs the club, not the executive, the coffee clutch.
Oh, you're talking about the Monday night crew?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, Al.
And there he is, Rick Diet, Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilowatt.
Well, there we go. Yeah, don't blame Barry. It's not Barry's doing it. It's, you know, they decided, somebody decided, the president decided that they wanted to do it back the old way, and but he's moved it. And Barry had to learn because he did everything with PDFs. So anyway, a lot of the stuff, I brought it up at the last exec meeting that a lot of stuff is missing, and I was told it's in the works. So you know, but Al's absolutely right about a lot of the stuff on you know, is in the it's in the members only section. You're right, Al.
Yeah, well, you know, I guess I can criticize their what do you call a free club, supposedly. They don't pay taxes or anything, so I can criticize, but it's a downgrade of amateur radio. And I notice, and I don't care if they hear or not, a lot of the people that are high up in the club, you look at their activity, they're not active hams. They're in there for the power and the glory.
That's right. Rick?
It's always been that way, Al. You know that. Hey, when I came into the club in 1985, I went with another guy, and we sat in. You're gonna laugh at this, Al. We sat in there at Nash Auditorium up in the east or the western hospital there, National Auditorium, and we hear all these guys arguing about the repeater and were they going to spend this kind of money and blah blah blah. And hasn't changed at all, has it, Al?
Correct. Yeah, I could tell you all kinds of stories. I went in the 70s, no, it wasn't 70s, in the early 60s, to a club meeting, and was wanting to become a ham, and I went with a friend who was a ham, still my friend to this day, but not active, and we sat through it all. It was at the Royal Connaught then, and then when it was all over, they said, you boys won't be able to come downstairs to the bar because you're not old enough, and that was it. I just lost interest, just like that. And the other time was when Dr. Card was the boss, and we were trying to get an emergency set up going. We had VA3CJZ then as well, Bill and I and whatnot. And they attacked Bob Miller, who gave them the repeater. Said, we don't need your repeater stolen from Stelco. Well, it wasn't. The repeater was donated by Stelco because they didn't need it anymore. So Bob Miller immediately went up to the site and took the repeater down. And then Bob Miller, they had to call sign VE3DRW. And Bill, VE3YR, he was the DOC guy then, and he said to them, you got 1 day to come and get a proper call sign or I close the whole works down. So that's how come they ended up with NCF. Doesn't mean anything. They just took the first call.
Hey, Rick?
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes. Okay, I think that's Tom in there. Go ahead, Tom.
Can you hear who else is on there, Rick?
Hey, Rick, can you hear me? V3BK, VE3QU.
Yeah, I can hear you. No problem at all. I hear you. Let's see. I'm pointing towards the mountain there anyway, so I hear Paul here much better. But I can hear you. You're not moving my needle, but I hear you.
Excellent. No, I'm glad you can hear me. Good to hear you.
Yeah, good to hear you as well there.
Where are you, Scott?
Lime Ridge in Ottawa.
Oh, you're a neighbor practically. I'm 34th Street, about 500 meters back from the Brow.
Yep, I remember. I've been to your house before.
I don't see. That's what happens when you get old. You struggle to remember what happened yesterday.
And then some. Yeah, I'm right I'm just on the opposite corner Ron was.
Oh, yeah, that's right, too. Yeah, Ron, that was a shock.
Ron was a big shock.
Never expected that to happen.
Yeah, the whole thing is I was there 5 days before he passed away.
I tell people all the time, you enjoy the day because you never know what's around the corner tomorrow.
Yep. Well, we'll let Rick check and see if he's got any check-ins. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Al, I was talking to Ridge before the net started on Friday night, and, if you didn't know he was sick, he sounds like he's in pretty chipper mood there. He talked to me for quite a bit there before the net started. Over.
Oh, yeah, I talk to him almost every day. He calls somewhere between 7 and 8 o'clock on DMR, and we have a bit of a yak. And but his wife might have leukemia, Did he mention that?
Well, he mentioned that she was sick. He didn't really say what it was, but, yeah, he said a blood disorder. I think that's what he said.
Yeah, that's right. They suspect leukemia. But he's supposed to be going to Indonesia, to Jakarta. Anyway, I guess you know the story. When he was rushed to the hospital, they sent a priest there to give him the last rites, and that's when he raised hell and got sent back home.
Yeah, I didn't know that story, but that's funny. That's funny. I could just see him doing that.
Yeah, Roger. Anyway, well, he does sound good, you're right. I mean, he's a little foggy, but then again, he surprises me at the things that he does remember.
Oh, yeah, and, he keeps saying, his memory's going, but some of the stuff he comes up with, he still amazes me. He knows who a lot of those people are that check in, and he knows their name and everything, and, it's still pretty amazing.
I talked to him like a few times, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I said, what the hell are you doing up? It's 2 o'clock in the morning in Perth. Oh, I couldn't sleep. What time did you say it was, Al? And he'll ask me sometimes, what day is it? I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, the same thing happened to me, too. He was on OPI or OPI. Yeah, 147, 345. He was on there on MMX, coming in and working 10 meters. I heard him talking about Western Coast, Canada, and some of the American hams that checked in there and everything. And I looked at the time, it was like 4:45 in the afternoon here. So, you know, yeah, 5 o'clock in the morning to him.
One guy got really pissed off at him because he said, wow, 10 meters, they're working Australia on 10 meters. And Reg says, well, I'm connected to MFX by Echolink. And the guy got angry.
Yeah, well, a lot of that stuff goes on now, eh? Yeah, Echolink over the internet.
I mean, who cares, you know? I thought, oh, well, I'm not going to get going on that. Try to be happy here. I'll let you check for any check-ins.
Well, this isn't this is just a rag chew, so anybody wants in there, did you make it over here, Paul? Did Mark make it over here? Who else? Anybody out there? Chuck, you there?
I made it.
All right, and you're coming in great here. Anybody else?
Who was that just jumped in a moment ago? VA3QU?
It was VA3CJZ.
Oh, he's blowing my doors off.
I'm sorry. Good evening, Scott.
Did you say drawers or doors?
Oh, a little bit of both, Al.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what are you using for an antenna, Scott?
Antron 99.
Okay, and is that on the fence out the back?
On the fence out the back. It's only sitting at ground level. I'll get it up tomorrow.
That's the one that Kevin had for free.
Told you you should have grabbed that, Rick.
Oh, yeah, well, hey, I don't need it. I still got a big stick in the basement, and it's doing nothing, and you touch it, and all the splinters end up in your hand.
That was the same thing I got off of Kevin. I had to watch putting it up. I think my arm ended up touching it. I was being real careful. I had the gloves on, had it all wrapped in plastic, and I think my arm ended up touching it because my arm's all, the bottom end of my arm from my elbow down to about halfway down my arm on my right side. It's all red, fire engine red.
Should paint them up with marine varnish, and that'll stop all that.
So marine varnish is what you can use.
Too.
So go ahead, Paul.
You can get that stuff in spray cans, too.
Roger. Yeah, some of the amateur, antenna's an antenna, but there's just old fiberglass. That's what happens.
Exactly.
Did you get that from Canadian Tire?
I have bought the spray-on lacquer from Canadian Tire before, but that was a very long time ago, and I would have to actually go online and research that. But you can get it at Home Hardware, which is a Canadian brand, by the way, and Rona's Canadian. Home Depot's probably got it.
Hey, do you know what I discovered also works good? You're going to laugh at this. Barbecue paint, black barbecue paint. I tested it out in the microwave first. It just doesn't respond to RF. So I painted my mobile antenna on the car black. It would probably be good if you want a black big stick. There you go. Get a can of barbecue paint.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see the antenna at night.
With that test to make sure it's not RF absorptive. People don't do that.
I was really surprised because I thought they've got carbon in this for almost sure, but nope.
You wouldn't be able to see it at night.
Hey, just spray it on a piece of paper, let it dry out, put it in the microwave, see what happens. Keep the fire extinguisher handy.
You always have a cup of water in there as well, so that the microwave has a load to work into. It's very bad to just put the piece in there. But yeah, put it in and put it on high for 1 minute, 60 seconds, and whenever you're testing, should not even get warm. If it gets warm, that means that it's absorbing RF energy.
Yeah, it worked out really good on my Larson dual band antenna on the car. I, of course, also checked the SWR before and after. No difference. Painted the coil, the whole works. Saved myself an extra $25 to have a black one.
Hey, that matches everything these days.
Yeah, and not only that, but a black antenna on the car, it's hardly noticeable compared to, the normal color.
Yeah, it sure beats putting those lights they used to put on the top of the 11-meter antennas. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, neon lights, yeah.
Yeah, put them in where the SWR meter is and wonder what the hell the rocket is on the radio.
Yeah, so what kind of noise will we getting tonight? Any at all there, Tom?
Yeah, and that's one.
Hey, that's pretty good. Hey, yeah, Scott. Hey, Scott, have you got a tree still you can put a lawnmower out to?
Am I on a what?
Have you got a tree in the yard a way out that you can put a lawnmower to? Didn't you used to have a tree out there?
Yeah, there's a tree out here. I'm going to sneak a wire out when maybe in the dusk and fire a wire over the. There's two trees actually. I may be able to kind of do maybe almost a little bit of an inverted L.
Well, that'll be good if you get something. Yeah, put a black wire up. They'll never see it.
Put your underwear on it and tell them it's clothesline.
So what was that stuff called again? Did you say that was a lacquer?
Go ahead, Paul.
I don't know the exact brand of what you were talking about, Al, but I've seen that coating. It's just a urethane coating. It's used for primarily to recoat fiberglass ladders.
Yeah, but what was the name you gave it before? I was just going to look it up really quick.
So where would you go for it, Paul? Would you go to Home Hardware or would you go to Chain Tire?
Also, Rona's the Home Depot equivalent, the Canadian Home Depot equivalent. But I don't know. Well, let me have a look. I mean, as I say, I've bought it in a while. But let's see what I can find here.
And go ahead, Mark.
What's that?
I thought I heard you tuning up.
Yeah, I was down, tuned up.
Yeah, I knew it.
Hey, Tom, you came up to like almost S15.
Well, I don't know why. So is that same radio, Mark?
Yeah, Garnet 6700.
That sounds all right. A little high, but yeah.
Sounds like...
Is that an actual radio, Mark?
What's that?
Is that an actual radio or does it work through the computer?
Well, yeah, it's got its own computer in it. So it's actual radio, SDR radio with the computer in it. I'm just using the computer SDR, smart SDR program to go into it.
Okay, is that a flex?
Yeah, it's just a new flex. Not like the 3000. The 3000, the program, Power SDR, is a program in the computer that operates the radio. This here is just basically, it has an app in the computer to control the radio.
Okay, so do you find that easier to use than the one you have? Or you're so familiar with the one you got that it's actually, it's obviously different.
Yeah, I can do the same, change the audio, the mic up and down it's got an equalizer. It ain't got so many different types of equalizer, like from a 3, a 6, a 9, a 12, and a 24 equalizer. It's only got an 8 equalizer, 8 slides for receive and transmit. There's no picture of the world that you can change. I can't watch where the sun is. I can't watch where the ISX, the space station is. Doesn't have that capability. It doesn't tell me the sunspot cycles numbers. So it's more basically a radio, no bells and whistle. Maybe somebody will come up with a program and add some more little bells and whistles to it.
Oh, well, you're gonna you get used to it, and then you'll like it probably. But obviously it's somewhat different.
Yeah, the basic control's the same. Down on the one side, I can turn on a TX window that shows me my RF power SWR and my tune button, Mox button. I can adjust my power and my tune power just like the 3000. And then there's a P/CW. If I want to do CW, it's got CW adjustments. Then I open the next one, which is phone. So it shows me the frequency. My filters, I can play around, make it wider, narrow, just like the 7 or 3000. With the volume control, I can listen to the left or right ear. Automatic gain control, fast, medium, slow, and off, and I can adjust it, the intensity on it. So, yeah, it's got all the bells and whistles, just laid out different, and just got to find, like the equalizer comes up. I can turn it on and off. RX, analog meter, I click on that, and a big analog meter comes up.
Oh, yeah, so it's got lots of bells and whistles, that's for sure. It sounds like it.
Yeah, these are things that it doesn't have. So if I go into the filters, the noise reduction, it's got noise reduction, but I can't adjust it. They've taken that away. They've got it preset. Same with the noise blanker, preset. And it has automatic noise filter, same thing. They've taken away the adjustments on that. It's preset. But I still got the TNF filter where I can add a filter and adjust it up and down and wipe out a noise wherever. So I find it not as good as the 3000 TNF filter, but it's there. I can use it, just double it up and makes it work. So yeah, it's pretty much the same. Some features have been deleted, but it's got a nicer front end. My floor level here now is at 3.
Yeah, so there are some slight differences, and yeah, somebody that's used to flexes gets used to it pretty quick, I would think.
Hey, Scott. Scott, what's your noise floor?
About S3.
Okay.
It's not too bad. Rick is just above that. I'm getting Rick at S5.
Yeah, I'm getting Rick at an S2.
Could be because of where your antenna is and your lateral him, so you're probably blasting part of the signal into the house, or some of the signals coming back in through the house.
Hey, Rick?
Yeah, you're at 5 here, Scott. You're at 5, but I got my preamp on.
And Rick is at an S2 here.
Yeah, how am I an S2 to you when you're like 20 over here?
You guys can throw rocks at each other.
I plugged the coax.
Yeah, I'd hear you on my dummy load. I can work Mark on my dummy load.
Oh, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. How did you do on 40 tonight?
Oh, not too bad. Well, we don't get a lot of numbers, you know, not like some of the other people, but, you know, like recently we've had some Americans check in. Last week we had two check in, but this week, but we're getting a lot off of YouTube, so you give, you know, Chuck credit for that. That's great. At least when band conditions aren't that good, we're getting YouTube anyway.
Sorry, guys, the wife was talking to me.
So where'd Al go? Al, are you still there?
V3AM, V3QU, you still around, Al?
Nope, he's gone.
Yeah, well, I feel like moving this net somewhere. They keep saying that their coffee break is not a club activity, but sure sounds like that on 2 minutes on it. So for us to have it on the same night, it used to be okay, but now, you know, it's getting to be annoying. Those guys used to check in with me from their coffee break, but they're not doing that either.
No, well, that's what happens, so I don't know.
Well, I don't know, it's dying. Yeah, the contesting stuff is pretty much dying, and I know we don't have a site, but that could be rectified. But anyway, things have changed, just like Al said, you know, like, it's different, and people aren't taking it serious anymore. But we don't have the cops like we used to have either. The radio cops, remember them, Tom?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hey, Scott, tell us about the radio cop, the one that gave you heck there one time because you went bang, bang, bang.
He said, tell us about what happened?
Yeah, you remember that, Scott?
Well, when you came up and took my radio?
No, somebody came and gave you shit because you went bang, bang, bang for 3, and you were talking to the queen or the princess of some Saudi Arabia or some place like that.
Oh, yeah. That was fantastic. Yeah, and this one guy from I was talking to this princess. She was a princess of a country. It was somewhere in the area of Iran and all those countries in that area. But anyway, so I'm on the air with her. We're gabbing back and forth, and this one guy got all bent out of shape because she wasn't getting my call sign out of the contest site. I'm saying, Delta Charlie. Then I was saying, direct current. We were trying everything, and eventually I go dead chicken, and she got it. She finally got the call sign.
Yeah. I remember who that was too. He's an executive on the rack, and he's moved from down the East Coast with a CB call. That's what he had. V1CB, I think that was his call. He's moved up in Ontario now.
Oh, did he? I'd like to meet him and kick him in the pants.
Yeah, well, you go check out the RAC website and you'll see. He's the Ontario guy now, I think. Anyway, but he does a course too. He knows everything, that guy.
Dave. Yeah, I know. I remember. What was his name? Ron Pereira. Ron Pereira told him to go pound salt.
Yeah, I think Tom's right. I think his name's Dave.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. I mean, sometimes, as I said, phonetics don't always work on, the main phonetic. And that's the whole idea of phonetics. That's what they're used for.
And it wasn't me that said Dave.
Well,
I said Dave.
He knows everything.